Hi everyone. Today we're going to answer the question, how often do you do something? But first, we always play the music now. It's a very common question in English to ask, how often do you do something? We use it when we want to know the frequency of an action, particularly when we're talking about a habit or routine. We use special words that are called adverbs of frequency. And there's quite a lot of them, so I'm going to share with you my top 10. Always, never, sometimes, often, usually, seldom, occasionally, rarely, frequently, normally. So you probably know that always means 100% of the time and never means 0% of the time. But can you put the other adverbs of frequency in order on this staircase here, with the highest towards the top and the lowest towards the bottom? I'll give you a few seconds to think about it. You can pause the video here if you need more time, and then I'll come back and tell you the correct answers. Good luck! So coming in at number 1 was always, which is approximately 100%. Number 2, usually, around 90%. Number 3, normally, approximately 80%. Number 4, often, or you will hear people say often. Both pronunciations are okay. Number 4 is often, around 70%. In the middle at number 5 is frequently, something around 60%, followed by number 6, sometimes around 50%. Coming in at number 7, listen to the pronunciation, occasionally. Occasionally, around 30%. Number 8, and again listen to the pronunciation please, seldom, around 10% for seldom. Number 9 is rarely, and I'll give you another word very similar meaning to that, hardly ever, about 5%. And of course, at the bottom of the stairs comes never, 0%. So let me tell you about some of the things that I do.
Hello, Peter.
Hi there.
I have some questions to ask you. How often do you go to the mall?
I frequently go to the mall. Sometimes when it's hot, I like to go for the air conditioning.
Which mall do you like to go to?
I like to go to the mall at Bangkapi. It normally only takes about 30 minutes to get there, but sometimes now they're building the new MRT, it takes more than 1 hour.
How often do you take a bus?
I rarely take a bus, but I do sometimes. I usually prefer to take a taxi, it's more comfortable for me.
How often do you take the taxi?
I take a taxi about 4 times a week because it's the best way to get to my work. So I usually spend about 10,000 baht a month on taxi fares, can you believe?
Really? How often do you take BTS?
I normally take the BTS when I'm travelling along Sukhumvit Road. I sometimes meet my friends to watch football. Then I will normally take the BTS. It's the quickest way to go.
How often do you sing?
I never sing.
Why?
Usually when I begin to sing, everyone will run out of the room, even if it's karaoke. So I never sing at karaoke. I don't like to scare people. Thank you very much. See you again.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So I hope you can see that there is a pattern in all of those sentences. The subject, which in that case was I, is followed by the adverb of frequency, and next comes the verb, which is in the present simple tense because we're talking about something that is true or a habit or routine. The subject doesn't have to be I, it could be another person. For example, she's sometimes late for class. Or it's always hot in Bangkok. But actually the position of the adverb of frequency can change. It can be at the beginning of the sentence. It can be at the end of the sentence. Or it can be in the middle of the sentence. Have a look at these different examples. Usually I meditate in the morning. I usually meditate in the morning. I meditate in the morning usually. All of those are grammatically correct, and you can see that the position of the adverb of frequency is not the same. Or another example, she sometimes does her homework with her friends. She does her homework with her friends sometimes. Sometimes she does her homework with her friends. Again, you can see the adverb of frequency in 3 different places, but all of them are correct. A survey said that we use the adverb of frequency sometimes 7 times as often at the beginning of the sentence than in the middle or the end. Sometimes she does her homework with friends. Sometimes usually comes at the beginning of the sentence. Now there is another way of describing frequency without using an adverb. In this case, we can tell the listener how many times we do something every day, every week, every month, or every year. Listen to these examples. I charge my phone once a day. And once is the word that we use when we do something one time a day, one time a week, or one time a year. I take a shower twice a day, and twice is the word we usually use to describe something that we do 2 times. We normally use the word twice. I eat rice 3 times a day. 3 times or 4 times or 5 times, we don't normally use a special word, we just tell the number of times. Of course, it doesn't have to be every day. I speak to my mother twice a week. I get my salary once a month. I go to see a movie 3 times a month. I eat birthday cake once a year. I go to work every day. You will notice that these time expressions come at the end of the sentence. So let's finish with 3 questions from me, and I'd like you to answer the questions in the comment section below, and I'll give a prize of an English book to the best answers. Question number 1. How often do you eat rice? Question number 2. How often do you fall in love? And finally, question number 3. How often do you watch a video from Love English Thailand on YouTube? Now, I'm hoping the answer to question number 3 is going to be always or every day. If that is true, then thank you very much, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you very soon for the next lesson. Bye bye.
I wanna take you